Scrub Tactics 101. How to do Scrub Tactics 101. Bro, what the I could play that game too, bro. Did they press a button? Bro, you're so lucky. Like, what? You're literally such a scrub, bro. I kind of hate this game. Guys, I want to ask you, how often do you find yourself in this situation? You're pressuring someone, and then in the middle of your pressure, you get level 3. But then on defense, you try to do the same thing to them, and it never works. Like, what's going on? You have to be the unluckiest person on earth. I feel like it's interesting because the notion of reversal level 3ing for a lot of people is just considered scrubby. In actuality, not only is reversal level 3 not a scrubby option, there's a lot of depth behind when you should be doing it that I feel like people don't know about. And hey, that's not to say you can't just guess wrong and be like unlucky, so to speak. But there are a lot of things that you can do to both make it unlikely for your opponent to be able to hit you with a reversal level 3 and to make it more likely that your reversal level 3 connects. Okay, before we talk about how to do good reversal level 3s, I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of people don't actually know how blocking works in this game. I want to show you guys something really quick. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna have Gotenks do a block string on me, and I'm gonna block the whole thing, okay? Watch this. Really interesting. Why are you showing me that? There's nothing weird about that. Now I'm gonna show you me blocking it again, and I'm gonna show you my controller, okay? I'm just holding my controller. If someone is doing a block string that is gapless on you, you don't have to be blocking. I'm literally not doing anything. I'm not touching the controller, and I'm still blocking. I'm not doing anything. And this is important because not only can you not do anything, you can also do something. What do I mean by that? You can fucking press any button while you're in a block string, and nothing happens. I'm mashing light right now, and nothing happens until the block string is over. And in the same vein, I can also mash my reversal level 3, and nothing will come out until the block string is either over or has a single gap. Now, astute viewers will notice that I specifically set Gotenks to do a block string that does not have a low in it. Now, why is that? That's because while any mid will be blocked gaplessly, you still have to be blocking low, otherwise you're gonna get hit. Like, it wouldn't make sense if you could just not block and you block lows automatically. This just works against mids. But not only that, because you're just considered stand blocking if you're not doing anything on your controller, it also blocks overheads. The only way for you to get hit out of something like this is for your opponent to leave a gap. If your opponent does not leave a gap, they can't hit you with an overhead unless they like trick you into low blocking again. Now, this creates an interesting dynamic between lows and reversal options. And that's that lows are literally a counter to reversal options. For your opponent to successfully do a reversal while they're just mashing it in your block string, which, let's be clear, is a really good strategy because it will catch any single gap in your block string. But in order for them to be successful, you cannot do a block string that gaplessly goes into a low. That is the perfect way to bait out a reversal option. Not just a reversal level 3, but anything. And maybe you saw this coming, but this is not just a video about reversal level 3. This covers reversal level 3, it covers DP, it covers reflect, it even covers fuzzy jumping out of block strings. Anything you do out of block stun is affected by this. Now, I want to point out two different philosophies from the attacker and the defender. From the defender's perspective, you are so much more likely to be successful on a reversal option if you wait till your opponent already does their low option. Even if they're mixing in like staggers and actual block strings, if you wait for them to do a low, it's not really gonna matter as much anymore. Because after they do a low, it doesn't matter if they're doing an actual block string or if they're leaving gaps. Either way, you're not gonna get punished unless they literally do nothing, which obviously leads into a bunch of stuff like you could take your turn now and you're just more free to not get hit by a mix-up. However, from the attacker's perspective, you can use this to your advantage too, because if you want to be in a situation that dissuades your opponent from trying to reversal, you should do a mix-up before you use your low in a block string. That way, they're not gonna want to level 3, because if you just go into 2M, it's gonna hit them. Hit players are like screwed. Hit players can ignore this video, I guess. If the threat of 2M is constant, your opponent is not gonna want to reversal you. But as soon as you use it, it's so much better for them. And you can also use this to try to bait out a reversal option just by instantly going into 2M and not leaving a gap. If you do that while your opponent is trying to do a reversal on you, they're gonna get hit. This is one of the reasons, but not the only one, that people were so upset that Lab Coat 21 had so many low options. It's just so much more difficult to do a reversal option against her because she doesn't have a safe point in her block string for you to reversal. Like, she literally has a light that is a low, a medium is a low, a heavy that is low, and an actual special attack that is low. Not only that, but with the exception of the heavy option, she can do all these in a block string without leaving a gap. And it's really interesting because in a weird way, I would say this contributes to 21 having some kind of good defense. You can't reversal her as well as you could other characters because she's just so much more likely to hit you out of it. Now, because you don't get punished for trying to level 3 someone if they are doing a gapless block string on you, that leads to some really interesting situations for moves that are extremely punishable. And one move that has this property for a lot of characters across the board is 2H. Gogeta 4's 2H is -15, which is punishable for a lot of characters with their level 3 super. If I do this move and I don't do anything after, I'm gonna get hit by a level 3 if I leave even the smallest gap. But because of what we just talked about, if I did something like this and my opponent tried to level 3 there, nothing would come out because there's just no gap there. But another thing some Gogeta 4s will try to do is reset their pressure after doing a 2H. And this isn't just with Gogeta 4. A lot of characters can do things like super dash afterwards or just try to do some kind of mix up. But very few characters will be able to 2H and then go into a low without leaving a gap. And because of that, there is basically no reason not to be level 3ing in situations like this, if you can. This is a just in case kind of thing. And if you have a DP, even better, you can use that instead. But if Gogeta 4 chooses not to leave a gap between what he's doing and just do some normal block string enter, then you're fine, like nothing happens. But if he tries to do anything sneaky, you level 3 him instantly. You can use this against a ton of different characters. They will try to do a 2H and then do some like sneaky thing to try to take their turn back. And again, very few characters can go into a low without leaving a gap. There are some that can. Kefla, for example, is one that can do her 2H and then do her special attack that goes back to the ground. But with a lot of characters, you're gonna be fine. And there's one more thing that I wanna highlight about level 3s. So I have base Vegeta, and you might be thinking, oh, well, if base Vegeta chooses to do his cross-up attack after you do this, then that's gonna be some counterplay to just trying to do reversal level 3 against 2H. And that's not true. While you might think that, a lot of characters can still do reversal level 3 in this situation. And if Vegeta tries to do his cross-up, you'll just get level 1 instead, and it will still win. And that's another thing I want to talk about, is using level 3s to beat cross-ups. Now, the example that I gave is like useful, but there are certain characters that are amazing at doing this. You probably already see where I'm going with this. Every character in this game has a level 3 that is invincible, but there are some characters in this game that have a level 1 that's invincible. And what this means is that if they're put in a situation where they have to guess if your opponent is gonna hit them just normally on the same side or cross them up, if they were to level 3, Even if they chose wrong, they would just get a level 1 that faces the opposite direction and wins anyway. Android 17 will always win out if he tries to do a reversal level 3. And this just makes it a lot less risky for him to use level 3 in a bunch of different situations where he would be at risk of a cross up. Because for a normal character, if you thought that they were gonna try to level 3 you, a good thing to do would be to try to cross them up, because then they would be getting a level 1, and most level 1s do not have frame 1 invincibility. So you're trying to level 3 me, but I just make you do a wrong input and get a level 1. But this is never gonna be the case for characters that have level 1 reversal options, because you can't cross up their level 3 input. This is the same reason that down reversal options are so good, is because they beat cross-ups. So characters like Gogeta 4 and Master Roshi and UI Goku have such a strong defensive option for beating cross-ups. But not only is this good for a lot of block string situations, this is also good for certain Oki situations, where your opponent tries to do a left-right on wake up. Celt notoriously has a strong left-right option off of his level 3, but if you're playing a character who has a frame 1 invincible level 1 super, and you just try to level 3 him, it doesn't matter what side he ends up on. You're gonna be able to hit him anyway. Same thing with Gotenks. He also has a strong left-right mix off of his level 3, but if you're playing a character like this, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit either way. Anyways, that is my guide on how to make your opponent hate this game. Alright, well, that's all I wanted to talk about today. You can intake everything I said, or you can ignore it all and just level 3 whenever you want to. Maybe you love level 3 so much you have to do it every single second of every single game. But anyways, yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe to my channel, join my cult, the YouTube hive mind, and have a great day.